You're most likely going to fail on semen retention. And I don't say that to discourage you. I say it because I don't want you to fail. But after working with over 3,000 guys over the last 4 years, I've seen many guys fail and I've seen many guys become successful. And I'm going to tell you why you're going to fail on semen retention so you can avoid it and you can actually become successful in this lifestyle. And I'm going to demonstrate it with this bottle of water and this ball and jar. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nakula Das and I help men master their S3X energy so you can unleash all your God-given abilities. Go to the description in the link below and take the free transmutation guide so you get started on the practices today. If you're really serious about it, book some time with me. I would love to connect with you. So here's why you're going to fail on semen retention. So this bottle here represents you. And inside these yellow bottles represent all of your stuff. What is your stuff? Well, one ball may represent your lineage karma. So whatever mom and dad's habits were and whatever their mindset was, that's one ball. Then another ball is going to represent your past experiences, your hurts, your traumas. Another ball is going to represent media and culture and whatever the world has told you about S3X. And the different balls are going to represent different things. All of us have this kind of stuff, and it's normally deep within us in our subconscious. Now, here's what happens when you start practicing semen retention. So the bottle, the plastic bottle, that's you, the body. The balls are all your stuff, everything you've stuffed into your subconscious, that first adult video that you watched, again, all the traumas, that time that you were denied in high school, that time that someone didn't invite you to the party, that trauma or that major thing that you went through, or that minor thing you went through, but as a kid, you're like, this is a major thing. All of that's there. So here's what happens when you start practicing semen retention. You start gaining in life force or energy. But what this life force or energy is doing is it's starting to bring up all your stuff. One of our new guys that just signed up into our training just a few days ago, he was telling me about his own story and a friend of his who practices semen retention but can't go more than 7 days. And the reason he can't go more than 7 days is because when he practices semen retention, he becomes super lusty and he's chasing women around and eventually he relapses. And that's the same thing that was happening to my student. It's happening to many of us. So you see what it's bringing up for him is lust. Other guys have shared with me, I remember being on a call with one guy, this was a couple years ago, and he's like, I just want to punch everybody when I practice semen retention. I'm like, okay, that's a problem. Don't do that. All right. I said, but what it is, it's bringing up his unconscious anger and frustration. Sometimes it's bringing up, some guys get super sad when they practice semen retention because they have deep sadness within them. See, semen retention just enhances whatever's in you. That's the key. Whatever's in you is going to come up. And sometimes you don't even know what's down there. I mean, it could be a lot of stuff down there. See, on the surface, in the world of social media, everybody puts their best foot forward, right? Oh, look at my life. It's so great. But deep down, we all have things that we're working on. Here's how I know you have stuff you're working on. You're here on planet Earth alive. You could even philosophically argue the point that it's the purpose of the human form of life, which is to work out all this stuff, lusts and traumas and greed and envy and jealousy. See, it's all going to come up because S3X energy enhances whatever's in there. So as you start to accumulate more S3X energy, all this is going to come up. Now, here's what happens. It comes up, and often guys, right at this point, they quit, they relapse, they get a little taste of uncomfortability, and they're right back into the old habits. Just give me comfort. Let me wank one off. Let me just smoke something. Let me drink something. Let's go back to doing all those things that I said I don't want to do, but now I'm back doing it. You know what I'm talking about. I've definitely been through that pattern. I'm sure you have too. Now, some of us, we keep going. We white knuckle it, right? I'm gonna keep going. So you start to accumulate more energy. You start to accumulate more energy. And now the ball's coming up and and this often happens. You start to get stuck in the practice. This is where a lot of guys will be like, I'm flatlining. Well, yes and no. You're not really flatlining, But what's happening is that you've just reached your capacity. You see, if you want more capacity, you want a bigger life, you need bigger energy. It's as simple as that. This world is a world of energy. So therefore, you have to have more energy and bigger energy. But what happens right now is I'm trying to stuff all this new water, but there's things taking up the space. So what we need to do is, as stuff comes up, you have to start taking some of it out. You have to look at it and deal with it and go, oh, that's my trauma. I gotta look at that. I gotta do some forgiveness work. I gotta do some integrity work. That creates a little bit more space, a little bit more room. Then we can pour more water. Say, oh, no, still stuck. I'm still stuck. So therefore, we gotta go in there and get another ball out. Oh, there's that girlfriend that broke my heart. There's that mother who didn't love me, the father who walked out on me, all of that other stuff. Okay, let's work on that. Let's get rid of that. And then we can keep going. And we keep going until you just got a few things left. And then you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, and oh my gosh, all your stuff is right at the top and you could just pop it out. And then what do you have? A brand new you, clear, open, big energy, pure energy. And the purer your energy, guess what? First of all, the happier you are. Your capacity for bigness and greatness is there. And the more closer you are to God, because God is pure spirit and you are now turning yourself into pure spirit. I hope that helps you get a visual of what's going on. Why, when you're practicing semen retention, you're dealing with all that's coming up. And it's why you're generally gonna fail. Now, how do you avoid failing? First of all, you have to know that that's gonna happen. And then you have to make a decision. Am I willing to look at my stuff? Am I willing to go through that? Am I willing to look at the parts of my life that I don't want to look at, or that I keep telling myself it's all good, it's fine, the stuff that you keep justifying? You see, because either you're going to justify or you're going to make a change. You're either going to keep watching adult content or you're going to make a change. You're going to either keep using substances or you're going to make a change. You're going to either keep distracting yourself with too much social media and video games and stuff, or you're going to make a change. And guess what? Nobody can make that decision but you. But if you make that decision, know that that's going to happen. It's why most people don't make the decision, because they don't want to face the stuff. They don't want to go through that uncomfortability. Now, if you decide, I want to go through that, I want bigger life, I want bigger energy, I want to experience everything and all the talents that God has placed within me, then congratulations, you're in the rare few. And most likely you're gonna need support. So that's why I exist. And if it's not me, find somebody that can help you. Somebody who's gonna support you, someone who's been through the process and they can support you through the process. We have an entire training system to help you pop those little things out of your system, have the support to go through it so that you can clean up your energy, clean up your life, and unleash your God-given abilities. Hey, if you liked the video, tell me what you took away from it in the comments below. Say yes if you're ready to make the decision. And if you got some questions, also leave it in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you never miss a video. I'll see you on the next one.